What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about renting Disney Vacation Club points. This is one of my favorite topics. We are going to compare the differences between renting DVC points and booking your resort hotel room directly through the Disney website. And we're going to do a cost comparison so you can have a real life example of how much it would cost to rent DVC points and how much that exact same room, same time of year, same number of nights would cost if you booked directly through the Disney website. So if you're interested in learning more about renting DVC points, just keep on watching. Before we jump into it, I did want to introduce myself. My name is Bekah. I share all kinds of Disney planning content, tips for taking a toddler to Disney World, as well as vlogs from our latest Disney adventures. I also share a lot on renting DVC points. It's been a while since I've talked about it, but I actually have an entire playlist of videos on my channel about renting points. So I'll have that link down below if you want to go on a little rabbit trail after this video and check out some more content on renting points. But let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, I did want to do a very quick overview of what renting Disney Vacation Club points is. Maybe you've heard this term before and you clicked on this video just curious, wanting to learn what it actually is. So let me see if I can do a 60-second breakdown. Disney Vacation Club is Disney's version of a timeshare, and basically you can purchase a contract with a certain number of points and you get those points every single year. So let's say that there's a family and they know that they're not going to be able to use their points this year, they're not able to go to Disney, so instead of letting those points just go to waste, they are going to sell those points to a renter for a one-time purchase. That is where you as the renter steps in to purchase those points for a one-time use through a third-party company. And I'll share more about that process here in just a minute. And it's super simple. You submit your payment to the third-party company and the owner of those points would book your resort stay for you. You would receive that confirmation number and you're able to input that confirmation number directly into your My Disney Experience account and it'll show up as if you booked directly through Disney. Super simple. That was probably the quickest explanation of renting DVC points that I have ever done. If you want to dive in a little bit deeper and understand the process a little bit more in depth, I do have an entire beginner's guide that I can link down below, but that at least kind of puts you on the right path and that way we're on the same page going into the rest of this video. So the first question you probably have is, who is this third-party company and how do I actually go about booking DVC points? This sounds great, but how do I do it? I have actually tried a bunch of different Disney Vacation Club rental companies. We've been renting points for years, and I've mentioned a couple of different ones here on my channel before, but the one I want to share about today is the DVC Rental Store. I truly believe they are the best of the best, and I'm really excited to share why here in just a little bit. And I did want to add, this video is not sponsored by them. I'm not being paid to talk about them. I do have an affiliate link with them down below, so if you do end up renting DVC points, I would love for you to use my link. I do make a very small commission and that commission goes right back into supporting my channel. So I did want to add that, but let's dive into everything I want to share about the DVC Rental Store because you guys, I'm so excited about this company. Okay, so if you are familiar with renting DVC points at all, then you may know that one of the biggest cons to renting DVC points with other companies is that you do have to pay in full upfront in order to book your resort stay, and there is no cancellation policy. So if for whatever reason you're not able to go on your vacation, you're kind of out of luck. So those two things paired together is a huge bummer and has really deterred a lot of people from renting points. Those are the two things that I hear over and over and over that have prevented people from wanting to rent DVC points. But the thing I love about the DVC Rental Store is that you only need 25% of your total resort cost up front in order to book. Pretty incredible. And they also have a pretty great cancellation policy. If for whatever reason you have to cancel your vacation and you're still 120 days out from your check-in day, you get 100% credit of whatever you have paid up until that point back in your name, and that credit is good for 2 years. So even though it's technically not a refund, I think most people, if they do have to cancel a Disney trip for whatever reason, you're probably gonna want to reschedule and rebook down down the road. So that's why I think a credit with them is still just as good as a full refund. So pretty awesome. And then if you get closer to your stay, that percentage of that credit changes. So let me look at my notes here to make sure that I get the time frames right with this. So if you're still 2 to 4 months out, you get a 75% credit. If you are 16 days to 2 months out, you get a 50% credit. If you are 4 days to 15 days out, a 25% credit. And if you do have to cancel and you are within 3 days of your check-in day, there's no credit offered for that, which is, perfectly understandable. But I did want to read that cancellation policy because I love that they offer this credit option, and it makes the idea of booking and renting DVC points way more doable as compared to renting through a company that has no cancellation policy and you feel like you're just kind of out. So I really, really appreciate this. So let's talk about the process of actually renting points through the DVC Rental Store. I actually just rented points for an upcoming stay later this year, and I'm telling you, the process was so simple. They made it so easy. The first step is submitting a request for their team to check resort availability for the dates that you are requesting. They'll get back with you pretty quick and they'll confirm that, yes or no, if that resort is available and that room type is available for the dates that you are requesting. From there, you're gonna put a $100 deposit down. This basically just shows them that you are serious about moving forward with this reservation and that you're confirming, yes, I do want to move forward in booking this. If they are able to secure that reservation, that $100 deposit does go into your 25% deposit that you would pay up front, if that makes sense. So it's not just $100 in addition to your 25%, they combine those together. So it would be your 25% minus that $100 that you already paid. I hope that makes sense. After they receive that $100 deposit, they're able to submit your reservation request to DVC members. From there, they're gonna find a member who is able to book that reservation for you, and they have great communication along the way. So they'll let you know where they are in the process, which is really helpful because sometimes it can take a few days. So you're not just left in limbo wondering, is this still happening? So they do let you know, hey, this is where we're at. Be on the lookout in the next 12 hours, we'll contact you with this or with this. So great communication, and they're really, really good about, staying on top of responding to emails pretty quick. So I really appreciated that in the whole booking process. Once they're able to find a member that is able to book that reservation for you, they're gonna send over the confirmation number, and then that's where you would pay the remaining 25% deposit to secure that reservation within the next 24 hours. So really simple, and then you're able to take that confirmation number and input that directly into your My Disney Experience account, and that reservation will pop up as if you had booked directly through Disney. So it'll look identical to any other Disney resort. That's basically the entire process. Again, really simple. Now I'm gonna share a couple of real life examples and do some cost comparisons of renting DVC points and booking that same room type directly through Disney. I've got my notes right here. We are gonna look at the last week of August. This is just a random week that I picked. We're looking at a 4-night stay, August 27th through the 31st. So a Sunday through a Thursday. These are more affordable nights of the week to travel. Those are my favorite nights of the week to travel. We're just gonna save a little bit of money, but let's look at the first one. We are looking at a Lakeview studio at Bay Lake Tower, those 4 nights. And by renting DVC points, your total cost for all 4 nights, there are no additional fees, taxes, anything like that. This is your total cost, is $1,444. So your 25% down would be $361, and then you would pay that remaining balance 75 days prior to your check-in day. So the Disney price, if you were to book directly through the Disney website, this is with no discounts or anything, the Disney price is $2,605. That is a difference of $1,161, saving you 40%. That is insane. So if you're on the fence about renting points and you think, oh, it's just a little bit of a hassle, it's a new experience, I'm not quite sure, you guys, 40%. I think that's worth the extra steps of going through the DVC Rental Store. I mean, that's a lot of money to save over $1,000 on your 4-night stay at Disney in a studio at Bay Lake Tower. That's pretty incredible. All right, now let's look at one where you save just a little bit less, but it's still enough to make you want to rent points and avoid paying that extra little bit through Disney. So we are looking at a 1-bedroom standard view at the beach club. So this is definitely a pricier stay, but this is another cost comparison that I thought would be really helpful. So 1-bedroom beach club, the DVC rental price, same week, those 4 nights, is $2,660. Your 25% deposit would be $665 to reserve this stay. If you were to book that exact same room type the same week through Disney, your total cost would be $3,325. So you're saving that $665. You're basically saving that 25% deposit just by renting DVC points. So again, even though it's not quite as high as that 40% savings that we saw at Bay Lake Tower, 25% is still pretty significant. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about is why you should rent points. Apart from the savings, you know, we've established you save a lot of money by renting points, but other than that, what are the differences and what are the benefits to renting points and staying in a DVC villa as compared to a standard Disney hotel? The first benefit to renting points and staying in a villa, and this comes from a mom with a toddler, is that you will either have access to a kitchenette or a full kitchen. So if you're staying in a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, grand villa, you know, anything above a 1-bedroom, basically, you have a full kitchen. So you could cook a Thanksgiving dinner in these kitchens if you needed to. And then if you're in one of the studios, you have access to a kitchenette. This is different than what Disney provides in standard hotel rooms. In standard hotel rooms, you just have either the little Keurig coffee maker and a beverage cooler. And you guys, I am not a fan of the beverage cooler. With a 3-year-old, I need milk, juice, yogurt, Uncrustables, and none of those things work in a beverage cooler. Dairy is gonna spoil, the Uncrustables get hard, and they just don't work for me. And so I really have to have an actual refrigerator with a freezer section where I can store all of the food and snacks that my toddler needs. In addition to the actual refrigerator with the small freezer section in these kitchenettes, you also have a toaster and a microwave. So again, even though it's not a full kitchen, you could do some serious cooking here if you needed to. So really great if you want to do bagels or oatmeal or, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with a toaster and a microwave. So that is a huge benefit, especially for families with small kids. Just like us, if you have to have those snacks and meals that your little one is used to, it's really convenient having access to that kitchenette. So that is a huge benefit to staying in one of these DVC villas that the Disney Resort hotel room, those standard hotel rooms, don't offer. The next benefit, and this only applies to the 1-bedrooms and above, is that you have access to your own washer and dryer. So we have loved staying in 1-bedroom villas, specifically at Old Key West, because points are just a little bit lower there. So it's a little more affordable for us to stay in a 1-bedroom, and you get a full washer and dryer. So again, really great for families with small kids, especially if you are like my toddler and you end the day with orange juice and jelly drip down your princess dress. It's really nice to be able to toss that into the wash as compared to back in your suitcase and having to bring that home with you. Now, if you're staying at a non-Disney Vacation Club resort, you do still have access to a washer and dryer. It's gonna be in a separate building, or it's gonna be in its own dedicated laundry facility room. And then you do have to obviously pay for that, as compared to those 1 and 2 bedrooms where your washer and dryer is right in your villa and you're not having to even leave your room to do laundry. And it's just really convenient, and it has been a huge bonus every time we've been able to stay in a 1-bedroom, either at Old Key West, we've stayed in a 1-bedroom at Saratoga. It just feels like home when you have access to those things on your Disney vacation and you're not having to worry about bringing home dirty clothes with you, and you're able to do a load of laundry at Disney and you can come home with clean clothes, and it's just really nice. The next benefit to renting DVC points and staying in a villa is that because these are all deluxe resorts, you're going to have more square footage, meaning more space for your family to spread out. This has been huge for us. Even in the studios, I can tell a huge difference in those rooms as compared to a room at Pop Century, or we just stayed at Caribbean Beach. I mean, It's a huge difference, the space and the square footage that you have. And then obviously if you're staying in a 1 or 2 bedroom, you have all of the space of the kitchen and living room, and the bathrooms usually have a lot of extra space in those as well. And if you're traveling with family, it's really nice to be able to spread out just a little bit. You can split the cost of a 1 bedroom. That way you have the actual bedroom and you have the pull down bed in the living room as well. So it almost feels like a 2 bedroom in a 1 bedroom, if that makes sense. So really nice. That way you're not just piled on top of each other like you would be in a regular Disney hotel room. And it's also nice if you have babies and toddlers who are in a pack and play. That has always been the struggle of where do we put the pack and play to where we feel like we have a little bit of space. We've always had to either use the bathroom or put her recently on those little pull down 5th sleeper beds, but we're just kind of all there. And so it's really nice having the 1 bedroom where we can have her in her own space. And again, we just feel like we can spread out a little bit more and she's more comfortable. She's able to sleep better through the night. We're able to stay up and watch TV and whatever. So it's really great. So huge benefit to staying in a DVC villa and renting points. And the last benefit to renting DVC points and staying in one of these villas at a DVC property is that you get access to the community hall, which is so fun for kids. So not every single DVC property has this. So let me look at my notes real quick because I need to read off which resorts exactly have the community hall. Okay, the resorts that have the community hall is Kidani Village, Bay Lake Tower, Riviera, Boardwalk, Old Key West, and Saratoga Springs. So again, not every DVC property has this, but that's a good chunk of resorts that you have access to this. So if you are renting points at one of those resorts, these community halls you get access to because you are renting DVC points. Basically what's offered in these community halls, you have movies playing, there's crafts and activities. They usually have scheduled activities that go on throughout the day, lots of games, video games sometimes. I mean, there is a ton to do in these community halls for kids. So maybe it's a really hot summer day and you're looking to get out of the heat, and maybe your kids are just slightly past that nap phase, but you still need that midday break, and you know, this would be perfect for that. And then it's also great if it's just a rainy Disney day and you're looking for something to do indoors. This is another really fun Disney activity where it's really fun and special because of course everything is more magical at Disney, but this is a really great thing that you have access to when you rent DVC points and you stay in one of these DVC villas. All right, I hope this was helpful learning more about renting Disney Vacation Club points and hearing a little bit about the process and some of the benefits of staying at one of these DVC properties. So thank you guys so much for watching. And again, make sure to check out the DVC Rental Store. I will have my affiliate link with them down below. So definitely check them out if you have a Disney trip that you're thinking about and you want to save a little bit of money. Definitely check it out. So thank you guys again for watching. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you are not already. And if you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. Thanks again, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.